welcome to the Ranger's Respite. I'm Philip, and this is Drinking Geeks. Hey guys, time for a Friday video. And I'm back to my usual geek/nerd fare. And this one is a drink that I kind of created. It's Firefly themed, though according to someone that I ran the recipe by, very, very loosely Firefly themed. I call it Kaylee's cake, like Kay Winnetly Fry from Firefly, the only woman who could keep that hunk of junk flying for as long as it did. Only living being. Anyway, recipe calls for 3 or 4 pieces of macerated strawberries. And it says muddled, but I'm not really particularly worried about muddling them because they're pretty mushy at this point. They've been macerating in sugar for a while. And then 3 or 4 scoops of the strawberry syrup. I'm doing 5 because I've got a sweet tooth. And then you want 2 ounces of Bailey's Irish Cream. And this is sort of a really desserty sweet cocktail, which some people just don't like on spec. I like some, don't like others. And then we add 1/2 ounce of creme de cacao. You don't want to add too much of this stuff, believe it or not, because no matter what anybody tells you about how, you need to add enough for it to really show up against the base, because there isn't a base per se in this. I mean, this is technically the base of the drink. Because there isn't a high proof, strongly flavored alcohol base to this, it's not really a big deal. And then what we want to do is put the lid on it and vigorously shake it. That actually kind of hurts to get so cold. Then we want to dump the ice out of our cocktail glass. My usual dump glass is MIA, or a dump bucket is MIA, so I'm using a rocks glass. And we pour our cocktail in there. And if I've done everything correctly, and I'm not fine straining this, you'll notice, even though it's got crushed, muddled up fruit in there. And that's because I don't really feel the need. And then you want to find a good, nicely colored strawberry. And ideally, you take a knife and you cut a slot in it and set it on the rim. I'm not carrying that much, I'm just sticking it in there. Actually, I'm going to find another one and put in 2. Gently slide it down. And why not? Throw in a 3rd. I've got lots of this. Right in the middle. And it sort of worked. So, this is not the prettiest looking cocktail in the world, I grant you. But I really like it. It's like, you've got to have a sweet tooth to like this. Oh, this turns out so nicely. I think my knee-jerk, I add an extra spoonful of the strawberry syrup, was spot on, because strawberry flavor is more prevalent when you add more. Um, it meets well with the sort of caramely flavors of the Irish cream. The chocolate note is there, but it's not overpowering. I I mean, this is probably some of my best work, believe it or not. Mm. Mm. Inspiration for this, by the way, is taken from the fresh berries that uh, Book gives to Kaylee in exchange for considering his application to um, ship off on the Serenity. The fancy ball scene where there's a cake with strawberries on it, and Kaylee gets to wear a fancy dress, and it's exciting and wonderful. And anyway, um, and sure, it looks more like you ought to call it mother's milk. And the strawberries that I started out floating are slowly sinking into it, but I like it. I like it a lot. I don't generally do garnishes anyway, but this worked out really well. Um, anyway, going to go through my usual stuff. Links to Patreon, Coffee, um, Amazon wishlist, and whatnot are down in the description down below. If you want to vote for what I review next week, you've got to be a member of my Patreon. It's $1 a month. You get this. Everything that I make early, access to my private Discord server where you can talk to myself and other members of my local whiskey club about whiskey, cocktails, and nerdy things. I'm still occasionally doing Patreon exclusive content. And alright, there's a link in the description down below to the Whiskey Lodge Discord server, which is where I hang out a lot of the times. It's actually run by a guy named Joe. He's a great guy. Full disclosure, I am a moderator there currently. We talk about whiskey and other things. It's just a great place for like-minded people who enjoy whiskey to hang out and chat. I think that I've managed to get through everything. So, until next time, stay happy, stay geeks, slancha.